Can we talk about that?
Episode 22, is it?
22?
Yeah.
G'day, mate.
Wow. Yeah, how you
22?
going? The big show tonight. What do we hang around for the quiz? We've got the quiz coming up.
Okay.
I love
We've
the
got
quiz.
a
We've
bit
got a
of,
lot of
What
good
topic is the
feedback
quiz
on
or
the
you
quiz.
just surprise?
I'll tell you when we get there.
Yep.
We've got stablemate questions coming up.
I got a lot
as well.
of new stablemate questions, lots of
Thanks, everyone.
emails coming in. Send them to us on TikTok comments, Instagram, Facebook, email.
Sounds like a
Send
lot
them
of
all.
different platforms
Pick
for you
your
to
pot.
check.
Pick your
Why don't you
pipe.
just tell them
Yeah.
to do with the one that you want them to do?
Well,
We got
they
the,
can pick their pipe.
Okay.
Some what the fuck stories coming up.
Okay.
For fuck's sake stories coming up. You got a controversy corner.
Yeah,
So hang around
it's
for that.
Controversy corner, yeah.
Stablemates, yeah. It's Back on the Horse podcast, episode 22.
22 is
so
a pretty
let's
fucking
catch up.
nothing.
You haven't seen each other for a while. What's been going on?
22 is a pretty nothing number, isn't
No,
it?
2 for 22.
Couple of
Two-
ducks.
two
Ducks
for
is
two.
it 2 ducks on the pond or something
Is
like
that
that?
what you-
22 ducks on the pond or something like that.
for
It's a
bingo.
very- yeah.
Oh,
Did
we should
anyone
all
buy a
back on
lotto
the horse
ticket?
Bingo.
I like
be fun, yeah.
the movie.
No, I haven't, but
I like the movie Crackerjack when there's all the old people listening to bingo and the young guy's up there just trying to do his bit to help, and he goes, "Number 24, 2 fat horse." Oh, settle down, mate. Very funny. It's been a big couple of weeks.
Yeah?
I've,
Hit us.
I've entered the air fryer game.
Have you?
Oh,
Which one
you
did you get?
did.
I'm loving
Oh, the
it. I
Kogan.
got a Kogan job just to see if we like it, but I think you've got a Kogan one.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah.
It's
Is
doing
it a
the job.
draw
It's changing
style?
my life. It's a draw one.
Draw one, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Alright.
changing my life.
Yeah.
Cook some sausages in it for the kids tonight. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
yep.
They go hard.
What
I
else?
love how they've called it air fryer. Like how they got that product name through to keep it. It's just a mini oven. Like it's a tiny, it's
Yeah.
a mini oven,
Yeah.
but they've called it
It's
air
just an
fryer.
element with a fan above it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else has been going on? I had a sad couple of days with my pup. He's 14 years old and thought Sunday that he was going to bite the dust, but got him on some medication, so he might get a little bit of time out of him still.
Little
But let
butt,
me
yeah.
just tell you what brand of dickhead we're dealing with over here with Scott.
Oh, okay.
I rang him for work today. Now, he knew good and well that I'd nearly lost my dog overnight.
Yeah.
And he answers the phone, "Jig dog, dog, yeah, dog." And I just sat quietly.
I was like, dog, 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 dog.
And then he just kept going. He kept going, dog, the dog, 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 dog. And then all of a sudden he realised and he goes, "I've said dog about 15 times at the most horrible time." And then all of a sudden I heard his dog Teddy bark in the background, and I said, "That sounds like a healthy dog. Must be nice."
Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. But no, been a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah, okay. You Scoot? What do you...
I can't really remember much prior to the last few hours, but I can tell you something that's happened in the last few hours.
You've had
Yeah.
your hair. You've had your hair cut.
I had my hair cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gone. Those locks.
Yeah.
Did you do it yourself? No.
No, I went to one of Lucas's friend's dads, who's a barber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is he a stablemate?
I wasn't going to mention it while he had scissors in his hand. I don't know. We talked about some controversial stuff, so maybe, yeah.
He might be a Jigs fan. Just
He might, yeah.
slit your throat.
He might, yeah.
Wow.
Dude, that's stepping up. It's not my throat.
Do the cutthroat. Yeah. We'll just trim your beard here for a bit, Scoot. Yeah.
Well, there's some pretty hardcore Jigs fans out there.
Well, looking after the neighbours' kids tonight. Well, obviously not right now because I'm in here, but have been.
Yep.
And just getting the old parenting hacks out. Like one of the little girl, I think she's like 5 or something, and she wasn't sure about trying. No, here's what happened. So we're having tacos and burritos, and stuff. I didn't know if they'd had dinner. Well, the girl told me earlier that they had dinner.
Oh, right.
So I'm like, okay, I'll just cook dinner for me and the boys and Erin when she gets home. So I cooked the mini burritos, tacos, and we had some corn chips for like making nachos or whatever.
Yeah.
And what's that look? Is
No,
this just move the fuck along?
I'm waiting. No, I'm waiting for what you're going to do. Yeah.
And then it turned out they hadn't had dinner, the 5-year-old.
Yeah.
So I gave her some, like, one of the little soft a soft taco thing, and then maybe she had another taco, and we were running low. I didn't want to open another packet of burritos. Or taco, yeah. No, tacos. You want another taco? This is a fantastic story.
Oh, it better have a good fucking punchline.
It doesn't. It's got not a big one at all.
Put a big one in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So she wanted another taco, and I was just like, "Oh, cool." And then I realised I'm gonna have to open a whole other packet. Did not want to do that. So what I got, we had these round kind of corn chips, and I went, "You want one of these? It's an Elsa taco. It's a little Elsa taco."
So your breakout the parenting hacks was lie to the child.
Well, I called it an Elsa taco, and then the brother wanted one. He's like 7 or something, and again, I didn't want to open another real taco for him, so I called his one. What did I call that?
Lightning McQueen.
No,
taco.
I thought about cars. What did I end up? I don't know if I went Shrek. I think I might have gone Spider-Man or something. Spider-Man taco.
I don't know if Shrek's going to cut up with a 7.
Yeah, I know. that's a while ago, wasn't it?
30th anniversary or something. Yeah.
And then I made myself one, and I was like, "Look, boys and girls, I've got a Shane Warne taco." And yeah, I did that, and then
We were all thinking something different, given it's a taco.
hairy taco.
Yeah, it was sexual.
Wow.
Is that the story?
I think
That was fucking genius.
Well, but they ate it.
they ate it.
Yeah,
and
there
loved
you
it.
go. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
how you going, mate?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's good. I'm no secret. I've been in a bit of a funk for a while, so I'm trying to get out of that.
Yep.
Trying a few different things, but I'm getting still a bit of fighting the old dog yet. So yeah, doing a few things around that to move forward and stay strong. So
Got to lean on your mates in those times.
yeah, it's been
Which I will say, I asked you guys to keep me accountable to my New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
We can't just talk about the successes. We're going to talk about the fail. I've had a fucking shit week.
have you?
I have done well with food, so I'm
Yeah.
still sticking to healthy eating. But I've had some piss in the last week. I've had a stressful as fuck week because of Scott's fucking business. And
I noticed he says when it's not going well, it's your business.
Just fucking run it better.
yeah, not that successful business that we were on. No, but not too bad. But I did want to cut out the come home from work and just have a few beers shit, and I've been a bit shit with that. So keep me accountable, and I'll write that.
Yeah, I think that a couple
do
of
you want us to
struggles I've had were
Keep me accountable.
How? Let's say what? Do what?
follow up on him. Yeah, I think the harder I've tried to some of those things, the harder I've tried to do something.
Yeah.
I've gone deeper in the other way.
Yeah.
It's some weird kind of. It's your body's like, nah. Your mind's saying, well, just keep doing what you're doing because that change is too hard and it's so easy to do what you're already doing.
Yeah.
So that's the struggles I've had, and then trying to change, and I'll change it for a couple of days, and I'll be like back to those old habits.
It's so hard,
yeah.
so easy for one thing to happen, which just gives you permission to fall back into the old habits.
Yeah.
There's a guy I watch on Instagram. It's called Evidence-Based Training. Have you watched him? He's the guy who drops the C-bomb all the time and refers to his followers as cunnies. But
I know him.
When it comes to eating, he just constantly just simplifies it. He just talks about being in a calorie deficit and all that kind of stuff. And he's really sensible about what I just said, which is you can have a bad week. You just got to correct it. You just got to get back into it. So just coaching yourself that it's okay to fail. It's okay to fuck up. Yeah. It's just about trying to make 70, 80% of your time doing the good things.
Yeah.
And just letting yourself be human and just fucking it up from time to time. And
I think that being acceptable, saying that these like shitty times are going to happen.
Yeah.
And saying, well, I know, and they're going to happen again. And, you know, that's just part of being human, I guess. But it's how you respond and react to those, and then you know, keep you moving forward. So
I love the mental health movement, especially with men's mental health, just because it so resonates with us. And you and I talk about it a lot, but with Are You OK Day and all that kind of stuff with men's mental health, like it's not weak to speak and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I love that that's becoming an okay topic to talk about now. And you and I check in on each other a lot.
Yeah.
And that's really important. Reach out to your mates. Don't be quiet about it.
Yeah.
But also being a little bit kind to yourself, that it's okay to have a couple of days where you get yourself on track and then you fuck up and you fall back into those habits. And just keep talking about it. That's why I say keep me accountable, is because you've got to have somebody just to talk to about it. Like, this is the challenge I've had today. Like, oh, here's something that's worked for me. Here's something that's worked for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think when you've got high expectations of yourself, and I've always had on myself, and that's why I always put myself out there and go and try and do stuff and do things, and you're going to, fail at a few things. And I've always done, been a musician and tried different things and owned businesses and all that, and you're going to fall flat on your face.
Yeah.
But it's when the struggles, I guess, that the deeper ones that you battle with, that you're going to battle with, and when you have those high expectations, it's good to be not too hard on yourself, like you said. So give yourself a break. So anyway, we'll move on. And but a few laughs tonight. We've got a big show coming up. So the sports wrap. I'm over cricket.
You're over it.
It's too much.
What are you over?
There's too much cricket.
What part of it are you over?
It's just watching it. It's just like
2020 is shit.
2020's the
is it
one
20,
day 50 hours.
Is it what Scoot's been talking about, like too much volume of cricket?
Footy.
I will
we need
say
footy
this. I don't feel like there's been enough test cricket. Like, we played that test against West Indies and they won it.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, okay, good. That's good for test cricket that they've won that. Good on them. And it was a really exciting test to watch. And then it was over. And then we went into the one days and I was just like, oh, come on.
Yeah, but I mean, we had the Ashes in June, July, like last year, and then it's gone through into our summer, and then I think they're going to New Zealand.
Did you watch
next
the Big
week or
Bash?
something? I didn't. I only watched one semi-final.
I couldn't watch it.
I think I watched a single ball.
No, I couldn't watch it.
I think it's such a flawed game.
Yeah.
2020. It's just.
Yeah.
I tried to care, but no, I cannot pretend to give a shit about a coin toss of a fucking swing a bat and hope it hits a ball
And given
have no risk involved
and
in
given the
outcome.
Brisbane won it, and none of us watched it.
Yeah.
I did watch a little bit of the final, but I didn't engage with it. I don't find it exciting. So I agree. Bring on footy. How long to go? It's got to be 6 weeks or
I think
something.
the trial games are starting soon. So March or so when those start. So and you got NBA.
I find the NBA helpful getting through to footy season starting again. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
I did have one thing with the NBA I was going to talk about. So last week we talked about Joel Embiid. So he won the MVP last season. He's the superstar from the Philadelphia 76ers who dropped 70 points.
Yeah, that's right.
2 episodes we talked about it.
Yeah.
So with the MVP, the way that award is given, you have to have played a certain number of games to be eligible to win the MVP award.
Who chooses it?
I don't know who chooses the award. There's a board that chooses
it's not
the
like
award.
players.
I'm not actually 100% sure. I'm not sure how many games you have to have played. I think it might be like an 85% threshold or something like that. But there's a threshold. And there's a lot of games in the NBA. So a week ago, Joel Embiid was injured. But he decided, I'm going to play against Golden State just because he was really walking a fine line of not playing enough games to be eligible for the MVP. So he played injured, and he's re-injured himself, and now he's got to have surgery, and he's gone for the year.
Did he acknowledge that was why he played? Because he wanted to be...
he did.
Right.
And he was labouring through the whole game.
Like,
well, he has to play to be eligible, and the reason he wants to be eligible is if you win the MVP in the NBA, that's $5 million a year difference in your salary. So you already won it once. He could bump his wage up $10 million a year.
do you have to go on the court for that game, or you just?
You have to play a certain amount of minutes of that game to be eligible. So he's played injured because of this stupid rule. And I would argue,
Is that just a him problem?
why wouldn't you get rid of that games limit though? Like, let's think about the AFL with the Brownlow
If
or
you get
the
suspended
Dally
for
M.
foul play, you're out
Like,
of
there's
it.
suspension, and that's foul play, so that's different. But let's say Lachie Neale kills it for the first 14 games of the season,
Gets injured or something.
and scores 3 points for every game of the like. If he gets injured, why should he be ineligible?
Yeah, like if you're good enough to get votes,
If you're good
based
enough
on
to
that.
get it in the games that you play, like
Yeah.
Michael Jordan, if he was averaging 50 points a game every game for 40 to 50 games of the season, surely he should still be eligible.
What are they trying to stop happening? Like, why have they got that rule?
Yeah, I think it's consistency though as well. They're probably looking at that. So when you're consistently good over those amount of games, instead of having, you know,
It's probably to do
one
with
or two massive games.
yeah, and
that.
that's probably volume of games that and more level playing field because of the volumes of games and stuff. But I just think it's ridiculous that games limit has caused him to force himself to go out in the court, and maybe he shouldn't have done that. But
It's a him decision.
when there's millions of dollars at stake, I probably would have done it too. But he's just torn something.
That
And
was meniscus. I
it
think,
could
wasn't
like if you play 60 games of the season, you're ineligible. If you play 61, you're eligible.
Yeah.
Like that just seems
Something like that.
stupid.
I reckon
So-
that's a him problem. Like, if the rule has no other reason to exist, if the rule's got a reason to exist, that's just a him problem. I don't know. If there's literally no reason why that rule needs to exist, I guess get rid of it. But I wouldn't get rid of it on that basis that he's made that call. Like that's
Well, it's not that basis, but I just don't understand why force professionals to go out there and potentially play injured just to tick a box of a stupid number of games thing. Like if he has only played 50 games, he's been injured most of the season, chances are he's not going to win anyway. But anyway,
Well, speaking of America, Super Bowl's on Feb 11.
yeah.
So that'll be Monday morning our time, I think.
Yep.
Kansas City Chiefs and San Fran
San Fran 49ers.
49. Oh, no, let's say San Fran, are we? Oh, fuck 'em.
No.
Well, you can say what you want.
Yeah, that's right.
They're allowed to not
Frisco.
like it.
Yeah, so Taylor Swift is with one of the...
Oh,
Is there going to be some wardrobe malfunction?
no,
or
I
something?
saw a very funny thing on, I think it was Sportsbet or one of the betting agencies, where there's an actual market running, which is one of the certain players, how many meters they will gain, or will that be more than the number of times the camera cuts to Taylor Swift in the
Swift,
crowd?
yeah.
And they're running an actual market on that
Are
shit.
they?
I think I'm
Oh.
going to get on that.
Yeah. So Kelsey, he's the player that she's with.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of the fans are pissed off about it because they're always... It's like she's taking the limelight or whatever, but, you know... That's,
She's
yeah.
adding... I reckon she's
she
adding more
performing?
attention to the game. No, she's just a partner of one of the players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she'll
So
be
that's why they're
watching, yeah.
cutting to her in the crowd,
Okay.
is because she's the partner.
So how do they?
He's a good player, though.
If
Yeah,
there's a
he is.
market for that, and you're the guy deciding how many times that shot gets cut to, like, is that just easy money?
Yeah, it's easy money. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got you. And the other thing I want to touch on, Brody Kostecki, the current Supercars champions, left Erebus.
Oh,
He's taken off. So he said he wasn't available for the Bathurst 500, which is their first race. Have you heard anything more? I think he's gone, isn't he?
There's a fair bit of uproar at the actual supercars itself. I think they didn't really support him or something.
Yeah,
I think
right.
it was who was the guy? Was it McLaughlin?
Scott McLaughlin.
Yeah, he had a big tweet during the week about it. So
Yeah.
it's like filthy that they didn't do the right thing in the right time. I'm not
Yeah.
sure exactly what that was, but
Yeah.
didn't Scott McLaughlin walk away from
He's in the
Supercar?
States.
He's in
yeah,
the States.
I think he
So has
finished.
he recruited him or some shit?
No, he's in. I think he got third in his division in the States.
Okay.
McLaughlin. Now Gisbergen's over there doing NASCARs.
Yep.
And Brody Kostecki had done a couple of trips to do some NASCARs, and then something happened with him at Erebus, which he's the current champion, and now he's not running.
Okay.
So yeah, it's pretty weird. But anyway, watch this space.
Sports question for you,
Go
and you got to answer within 4 seconds.
right.
Far out.
Okay.
You just got to say a name. Okay, best tennis player ever.
Roger Federer.
Yeah, I'd go Fed.
Fed.
yeah,
Fed Express.
yeah.
Yeah.
Djokovic not getting in there. You reckon Fed? Oh, I would say Fed, but
Yep.
I don't know about Rod Laver or any of that. Like, I
male
don't
or
know.
female? Male.
Well, that's a whole question. Like, well, Serena Williams said, remember that?
Serena Williams was very
like-
honest. She's
she
like,
was
I'd
honest.
fucking
She's like-
get hammered by the men.
Yeah.
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 Well, depends what your criteria is. Like, most dominant in their gender, then I guess Serena Williams. Do you think?
She'd be the best female
But,
player.
yeah.
Can you say
I
female? You
reckon
can't say
Federer
female
was
now
probably more
either.
dominant.
I don't know.
than
Yeah.
Williams.
Wasn't Serena
Williams
just
had a-
crushing everyone?
She had a fair time out of the game.
She won more Grand Slams than Federer.
Did she?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
So probably more dominant in her category.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, good question.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought that was going somewhere, but no. I thought you had an agenda.
And for all the stablemates out there, we're doing a gig, music gig, not a podcast gig, Royal Mail, Goodna, March 16th,
Cool.
about 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Cool.
So come and
You
meet us.
sound surprised. You're playing that gig.
Yeah, you'll be playing.
Cool, are we? Oh,
I'm thinking, the hot chips. I'm going to get chips and gravy.
Oh, they're great up there, aren't they? Yeah.
Free beer as well.
it's a good
Yeah.
venue.
I love
It's a lot of
the
fun.
wooden floor and
Yeah.
the 80 years or whatever of
Yeah.
scotch and beer and rum.
Never
just sticky
been.
floor.
Yeah.
Never been to the Royal Mail and seen bar fights and all that kind of
They're
shit. Like
such
they
a good
love their
crowd.
music.
Yeah.
They love the live
Never
music.
anything rough there. Do
No.
you find it awkward? You know, like if you're playing, you usually get some free beers.
Yeah.
That when you've got to go up, it might be different for you because you know them all. Like you've organised the gig and they know who you
Yeah.
are. I just go up and I just don't know how to say like I'm in the
I'm the
band.
band.
You know, like
Yeah, you don't know if they've seen you.
Yeah.
I've never had that problem. I assert my authority on that bar real early. I
Even
go
though
up
you're
and
just
I
playing
just
the
say,
schooner.
me and Leggy, jugs now.
Maybe you did a couple more drum solos. You'd stand out.
What about that gig we played where Leggy and I orchestrated
We've
this
talked
early?
about this. This is repeated content.
Did we?
Yeah, repeated content.
Have we talked
Yeah.
about it?
Yes.
Where we
Yeah.
left you playing a
Yes.
drum solo while we went to the
We
bar?
have talked
All
about
All
it.
right, we'll move on then.
Last
That
time
was very
Remember
funny.
last time we played there, that like 90-year-old guy came up with a trumpet
Oh,
right at
Yeah.
the start. He
Just
he's
announced
standing there.
actually.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm playing now. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
remember, I think it was the last time we played there when I was playing drums kind of on the side of the stage, like we do
Yep.
the side boob thing now.
Yeah, I like it. That's cool.
And
the
that
side, yeah.
and that lady who was probably 80 or 70s or 80s. What do you reckon? How old do you reckon she was? 70s.
Oh,
But
she
her
sat on
old-
your
Oh,
lap,
she was
didn't she?
easily in her
and she came
80s.
up like because she could access this because I was like on the side. She's like dancing, like getting really into the music the whole night.
Yeah.
Then she kind of comes up, I think while I'm playing, or maybe in between the song, and she was like, "Can I sit on your?" Like, what'd she say? So can I? She
is
just
important.
she just grabbed my drumsticks and like.
You've got to finish that sentence. You can't go, can I sit on your, and then just end
Do
it
you
there.
remember Benji how it went down?
No.
Anyway, there was a moment where I had to make a split-second decision if I was going to put my foot down and say, "No, you are not sitting on my lap and playing drums while
While I'm actually playing.
while
yeah.
I'm actually
I've got a
playing."
great photo of
Or-
that. I'm going to put it on the
Or
on the
yes, this can
socials
happen.
for the
And I
stable
wasn't,
mates.
I was not assertive enough, so I ended up whatever that song was. She was sitting on my lap, holding the sticks, and she couldn't. She was maggot, and she didn't know how to play the drums. So I had to like hold her arms,
Yeah.
and like play her, play
It's like Punch and Judy.
like play her arms on the drum kit, and you didn't know this was happening. You were just like I
Why
was
does Scoot sound so shit?
Yeah, I was
into
like,
the song. You're like, what's Scoot doing?
sometimes when I can, like, you're moving the pedal or something or tightening something, you'll play with one hand.
Yeah.
And we'll keep playing, but then I knew that something was up. I just could tell. I'm like, what's going on here? And I looked and I just laughed.
Yeah, he had Monty Burns'
And
mum
I
on
didn't
his
know-
lap.
The whole song, it had this. I couldn't get her off while I was playing. The smell. Oh my god.
What was it? How would you
It was
describe
in my mouth. Like the way I would describe it is that the molecules that were responsible for the smell of her hair and body were in my mouth for a good few hours afterwards. It was disgusting.
I think what we've learned is the median age is like 70 there. all interactions.
Oh, it's not stable, mates. Come out, you'll watch us, you'll have fun. Yeah. But you had a fat, though. You cracked a fat.
You told us that afterwards.
That
you said I shouldn't have cracked the
No,
fat, but I
didn't.
did.
That-
said
it's
you
a
had a-
stitch up. This is a stitch
You
up.
had a horn and you could hammer a horseshoe on.
I did not. I did not say that. That's
You can crack
impossible.
fleas
It's
on
okay. It's a natural bodily
Alright.
response.
All right, that's untrue.
Yeah, so March 16th, Royal Mail, good night, come out and see us and say good day and, yeah,
And
have
we got,
fun.
And if we got any Rockhampton stable mates, we got one up.
Yeah, we might have a festival, pretty sure.
Oh, it's not locked in. Not locked
Yeah, I think it is,
Okay.
but they haven't got back with confirmation, but
Okay.
we'll be maybe Rockhampton at a festival up there in mid-year.
That's my
So
old stomping ground. I went to
Yes.
primary school there, or year one.
they'll remember you.
Yeah, they will go and see Mrs. No,
Is that where you said your mum
what's
was-
it? What?
breastfeeding you without seatbelts and...
Oh, she on the way home, No, actually, it wouldn't have been that trip. But
That was last week. Yeah, set you up. All right. What the fuck stories?
That's taken a weird turn.
WTF.
Yeah, I got one.
Go.
And now this what the fuck was not from me. It was from a staff member today.
Ooh.
From something that I said. But, you know, when you get into that habit of saying something that you just know it's a saying and you say it over and over again to the point where you've forgotten the origin of where that came from.
Like it's a reference from something.
Well, and because you've forgotten the origin of it, you forget, well, that's actually quite dirty, that thing that I'm saying, and I probably shouldn't say it in a professional setting.
Right.
Today, I had one of the girls from work ask me to sign a document. So, I need you to sign this. Can you sign this? And I just said, I will sign the shit out of that thing. And then as soon as I said, just trying to make her laugh. And as soon as I said it, I just remembered that's got a very dirty origin. And she looked at me like, what the fuck
I thought,
did you say? I will sign I will sign its, that was what it was. I will sign its brains out. That's what it was. Yeah, thank you, Ben. Because I told Ben about it afterwards because I was horrified. I will sign its brains out.
That's worse.
Yeah, that's way worse.
Did you say to stablemate Jason today something along those lines? Like, something about...
You said you could murder a shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, Scoot and I do this to each other all the time, where one of us will say something. Like, if I said...
I've got to talk to Roger. I'll Roger you in a minute.
Yeah, I got to go talk to Roger. I'll Roger you in a minute. Jason and I were talking about playing golf tomorrow, and he said, well, why don't we tee off at 6:30? It'd be good to get off a little bit early so that we're finished earlier. And I said, I'll get off with you in a minute. and I forgot that he doesn't know that joke. And he replied, what? With like 9 question marks. And I had to
like an excited emoji or like a,
no, quite a disgusted
like
emoji.
Finally? You say
Finally.
This is the moment I've been waiting for. It's like Smithers. Who am I getting? The boathouse was the time.
Or just the legal scales emoji.
Yeah, so don't say to a staff member, I will sign its brains out.
All right, I got a what the fuck. It's I watched a documentary on. Speaking of documentaries, I missed the sports wrap one. There's a NASCAR documentary on Netflix. If you want some high candy, the NASCAR drivers' partners, wives, girlfriends.
Partners, wives. Oh yeah, gotcha.
NASCAR drivers.
I thought you were saying the
Partners?
NASCAR drivers' partners, their wives, and their...
Oh, no.
Not like a chain
the actual
of
wives and
drivers,
girlfriends.
their wives and girlfriends.
I'm going to watch this the second I get home.
What?
Speaking of eye candy, did
They
you
are
see in the
gorgeous.
news over the last 24, 48 hours, it all kind of unfolded on the project on TV,
That's still
but
going, that show.
they went
That's still
to
going.
the mayor of the Gold Coast this week trying to campaign to ban bikini.
Really?
Now, fuck off. Do not do that.
That's-
No, that is a fucking
That's a
disgrace.
publicity stunt. They're not doing that.
Yeah.
Is
that-
Waleed still on that show? The show exists, and is
Who?
Waleed, what's his name?
Don't know. I don't watch it.
Okay.
But I know that what happened was there was an old prick on there,
Yeah.
and one of the young women hosts said, oh, you're living in the past, that's misogynistic, just like women can express themselves however they want. And I said, yes, sister. But then apparently it got back to the mayor of...
Yeah, I was talking about this to someone the other day, and when I was at that teenage years, you'd see one every now and then. You'd be like, holy fuck.
Now you see 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, it's rare
everywhere.
to not see it.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah. Well, the other documentary I watched was called Our Father. And it was like, what the fuck? And it's about this doctor in the US who inseminates people who have trouble getting pregnant.
Like with his penis.
No,
Oh.
listen.
It's a robot penis.
He's a doctor, right? But
I thought it was about like this weirdo
Like
guy, doctor.
Like
who
it was a crime.
Well,
yeah, I thought it was a crime show.
documentary.
well, it pretty much is because
Oh.
what he did
Oh, no.
they'd come in and
Can you stop doing this? Like with your hand?
and while the ladies were getting ready to get inseminated, he'd go into his flog off.
No.
And he
So he
No.
like
his
his
own.
own. So he
No.
like made like hundreds of babies.
So it's called Our Father, but this lady figured it out. She said
So
she asked her parents. She was blonde hair, blue eyes, and her parents had dark hair and dark eyes. And she said she always felt a bit different. And her parents told her, "Oh, we got a sperm donor because your father had a low sperm count or something like that."
yeah.
So they told her, and then she said, well, she never had any siblings. So when she got older, she said, I'm going to go through Ancestry.com and DNA test and let's see if I've got any siblings.
Yeah.
And all these things went off. And she started going, hang on a minute, so she looked into where the mother got the procedure done. And then she started, they're in this small community in Indianapolis, that one. And so even if the husband had donated his sperm to go into his wife because she might have had troubles or something, he'd still use, the doctor would still use his own.
How many victims?
So then they confronted him about it and he said, they'll only be, because they're only supposed to do 2 or 3. So he said he was going over to the hospital over the road getting young doctors to be the donors, and he said I can only use them 2 or 3 times because small community could end up with
Crossbreeding, like inbreeding.
Yeah. So anyway, I was watching, I was going, what the fuck? And then they confronted me, said, your husband's sperm wasn't strong enough or something like that, so I had to use mine and all this sort of stuff. And we got to like 10. He said, I've only done it like 10 times. So they kept going, and she kept finding people, and they all look quite similar, the blonde hair, blue eyes kind of thing. By the end of the show, and I think it was finished in 2021, 93. 93 were his kids, and they were still counting.
I don't think I've had 93 loads in my life.
You're missing out, buddy.
How are they not suspected though? Like, where's Doctor's grunting away again? That whole grunting away again?
Yeah, well, he had his own. When people come into his, this is like in the late 70s and 80s and that, and then even one of the things where a baby and said, so it was his child. She was having some troubles, and she said, I'll go and see this doctor. He's great. And it was his own kid, and he was her gynecologist for like 3 years. And it was his own kid. And she found out, and she was just distraught. She was like going, I don't want my biological father. Who would want their biological father treating them?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
So
Imagine the child support bill he's running up.
but they're all adults now.
That's crippling. I'm sure that's what he's thinking about.
Yeah, but there's no. It's not illegal.
It's
Well,
not,
how's it not
bullshit.
illegal?
What do you mean? So he's not in jail?
It's not fraud.
He got
is it?
fined $500.
Yeah, but
didn't
his
get the
Sunday
pass
mornings are
go.
fucked with sport.
Yeah, for,
Yeah. I hope they're not into cricket. That's a long game.
Driving.
and it was only they could only get him to court because he lied to the Attorney General or something, and they got him in. It's worth watching. It blew my mind away. The dirty old, and he's real Christian, and
of course he is.
he's a God botherer
Why
and all
wouldn't
that
he
sort of
be?
shit. And yeah, so Our Father, it's called on Netflix. Watch
Okay.
it; it'll
Yeah,
blow
definitely
you
watch
away.
it.
Yeah,
I just keep
it's-
thinking about that Ted movie, whereas how'd you get into this industry? You just really love cum?
Yeah, because and they interviewed people that used to share the medical center with him, and they're like, we had no idea. Yeah,
Despite the grunting. Fuck.
yeah. So anyway,
Jeez.
yeah. So you got to what the fuck?
I watched the documentary. I just made me think of a documentary. I watched started watching Metallica documentary on one of the. I think it's probably Netflix. Anyone watch that?
The
Some
older
kind
one.
of monster? Or?
Some
Yeah,
kind
that
of
one.
monster? Yeah.
Yeah. I love watching Metallica stuff. Like just watching the dynamic, the
Oh,
Lars and
Lars,
James.
yeah.
My favourite scene of that is when they go to preview to Lars's dad in the studio, and they show all the. Have you
I haven't
finished
seen
it?
that part, but tell me.
Okay.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, so they show him that here's the new songs, Dad, and he's like, delete it. He just does not approve at all.
Yeah.
Delete it. That's hard.
Yeah, no, Lars. But I will say, Lars is like a running joke in any musical or drumming
Yep.
community, it's always like Lars, shit drummer. He's not even the best drummer in Metallica, all that sort of stuff. But I really like Lars's drumming. Like maybe he's
good,
not the most, because I think because he's in a metal band. I don't know if you call it metal anymore, but
It was
like,
metal back
the
then.
metal drummers like are fucking amazing, and he's not
Yeah.
one of those like doing like
He's not technical in any way.
30-second notes like everywhere. But his composition of drum parts is amazing. I really love what he does with
He
drum
plays
parts.
for the song a lot, and like he really makes the song. Yeah.
Just like he puts snares where they're not usually snares, that sort of stuff. Yeah. So
Cool.
and do I do a for fuck's sake one as well? Is that the
do
same
that.
segment?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Don't you hate people who like always talk about like it's never hot enough? The temperature that the thermometer says is never hot enough for how they're feeling. So they've got to like go,
I know what this is.
it's 32 degrees, but it feels like 36. And they got that fucking feels like thing on there that they just like hang their hat on like, oh, no, it feels like 36.
It's more accurate, cockhead.
That's
It
him.
feels like
That's Jiggles.
Is this where it's going? I was waiting. Yes.
when do I talk?
Okay, all right, have you go.
Feels like temperature is a more accurate representation of how it feels in that moment because they adjust for humidity, they adjust for wind. It takes it all into account and then gives you a true representation of how it feels in that moment. True, correct. It is a fucking calculation.
I want to know the formula, but
Well,
it's temperature times humidity minus feel. Minus emotion. Yeah.
there's wind. There's wind's a big part of it. So if it's still as a motherfucker, then the temperature goes up because it's hot as a motherfucker. If there's wind, it's more closer to the actual temperature.
all right.
It's a fucking scientific
fine,
thing.
it's fine.
You should be on board with it.
If they've disclosed the
science.
formula, I prefer the three individual metrics though.
Did we not
So I can
learn
say-
from the last episode? Have you Googled it? Because there is a formula.
The last episode, I was the one who was right.
Yeah, but a simple,
Good point.
but a simple Googling would have fucking uncovered that before we spent a whole episode on it. So let's not have that
I wasn't
again.
the one who wanted to spend all that time on it. I just wanted to not be treated like
You
a
just wanted to
fucking
be
idiot for saying what
You
I
are a
said.
fucking idiot.
I think Ben's Googling.
Yeah, the official calculation is taking into account the expected air temperature, relative humidity, and the strength of the wind at around 5 feet off the ground.
Taking into account, what does that mean? Like, what's the actual times
that's
that
fair
plus that?
I don't know. I'm
Is
sure
they just
if
getting
we
a few
Google
people-
a little bit harder than 2 seconds, we could uncover it. It's science.
Are they just getting? Is it science? That's my question. Or are
It
they
is.
they just getting the local weather people
No,
to
it's
step
science.
outside and say, "What does that feel like, Troy?" Oh, it feels like 38, I reckon.
It's an actual fucking calculation.
Yeah, duck down a bit because it's only 5 feet off the ground. Yeah.
Trevor, it's your turn tomorrow.
All right, I might do some actual
Oh, look, I don't
research,
care.
unlike
Like,
Scoop with his
there's probably a
scientific,
formula. Yeah, probably a
scientific
formula.
fucking hearsay
But
where he
everyone
gets
just,
cranky
like-
over things.
Everyone just loves to lean on that. The bloody feels like.
The more that this happens, the better we're going to be because he's got one right by a fucking major fluke, and then everything else is just complete horseshit.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Scientific hearsay.
So you've got a controversy. Scoot's controversy corner. We're right to go. So you had a controversial subject you want to bring up.
Scoot's
Scoot's
wait, where's my instrument? Hold on. All I've got is a biro and a Jack Daniels thing.
harps there.
This is a new instrument, new segment. Okay.
Scoots.
Scoot's controversy corner.
I knew that tonight was going to be a fucking endurance test. I don't know how. I just on the way here, I was just thinking this is going to be fucked.
That's
I
great.
knew he was going to be a nightmare.
All right, hit us. Go. Let's
Okay.
go.
I don't want
I'm
to be.
excited.
I don't want to be a negative Nelly,
Right. Oh, okay.
but so have you heard about the Bluey cricket episode? Is there like that was a
No.
big deal? Like everyone when it came out, I don't watch Bluey regularly. Like when the kids were younger, I watched a bit. Oh, good show. Like the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing against the show.
I will say, I wish Bluey was around when my kids were younger because everyone's got young kids now, says it's fucking cool to watch with your kids. But my kids aren't going to watch Bluey.
Wouldn't they have been? I can't remember when it came out. But
I mean, Ali watched it a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Anyway, Bluey, they're pretty cool episodes.
Yeah.
And then like everyone's talking about this cricket episode that is just mind-blowingly amazing. Like people are crying in it, and they're like saying it's the most amazing thing I've seen. I watched it last night before with the boys, and maybe it's because I had these high. I expected Waterworks from. I expected just to be absolutely flabbergasted with this episode. To me, it wasn't anything special at all about that episode compared to other Bluey episodes. Other than it's cool, it's about cricket, and we look at him doing the cover, the bloody cut shots and all that, but. Like, the actual feel-good part of it wasn't that... Have you watched it, Ben?
It was Shane Warne related, wasn't it? At
No,
the end?
unless I've watched the wrong episode.
That'd be gold.
Or I've watched it and put the wrong thing, but I thought it was all a big homage to Shane Warne at the end.
No, there's nothing that I saw about Warne. It was just... There's a good little cricketer. He's hitting shots. No one can get him out. The feel-good part is... He ends up hitting a catch so his sister can catch it. And so she gets... But, like, I find the other Bluey episodes probably better than that. Like, it's fine.
Have you definitely watched the right one?
Have I watched the right
I'm
episode?
going to do some shit Googling again.
Yeah.
Some substandard Googling.
If you can't find anything, let me do some proper Googling.
Like, and I don't want to shit on the episode. Like, it was a good episode, but what didn't stand out in any way to me as being...
You're expecting more.
No, I didn't expect it. It was not noteworthy for me compared to the other Bluey
I haven't
episodes.
seen that episode, but I will say I've heard people rave about Bluey episodes before where it's like, oh, you've got to watch this one, even for parents. Like, it's just, it hits home. Like, it's so...
Yeah.
And I remember watching whatever that one was and just being a bit underwhelmed. Like, a bit like...
Yeah.
Really?
It could just be
Because
because
kids
I
are
had
older,
such a big...
maybe?
No.
I've never watched one episode.
Oh, no, it's a good show. You should watch it. It's amazing.
It's great. Especially the cricket one. It's real good.
if you get the right one.
Yeah.
What are you Googling, Ben? Do you want me to fill in some time?
Yeah, do some feeling.
Do.
I'll come back to you.
I think
Right,
it's
okay.
also just when it's on a pedestal, like anything like that.
Yeah.
If I tell you got to watch this movie, it's going to be amazing.
Ah.
But show,
Yeah,
I like
read-
Bluey. Anyway, it's a good show.
Yeah,
I like Bluey.
I read an article that said, Hamish Blake has done an episode of Bluey and it's a great episode and it's one of their better episodes ever, so watch it. And I love Hamish, so I was thinking, this is going to be great. I watched it and Hamish had like 8 lines in it. It was just a regular episode and it was still good, but it wasn't the pedestal that they put it on.
Back on the Horse podcast, shits all over Bluey.
I mean, don't get me
great
wrong.
line.
Don't get me wrong. I think Bluey is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love the dad.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I love all the characters.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Yeah.
But I get what Scoot's saying, and that's unusual, but I don't see the same level that people see when they talk about these amazing episodes.
Someone could dial in and tell us the significance of the cricket episode, other than it's a cool piece of Australian stuff, but it's a lot of Australian stuff in Bluey anyway, about cricket.
Yeah.
But the actual, like, the heartfelt part of it, for me, didn't actually feel like it was a big moment. It was
You're a kitten drowner.
I am not! I drowned some baby toad. Oh, that was a tough decision.
You drowned baby toad.
Yeah, I didn't drown him. I sprayed him with
Dettol.
some stuff, yeah. But I
Toads are
found
impressed.
that really conflicting, and I still find that conflicting.
What?
Killing toads, and I still don't understand
They're a
why no
pest.
one else finds it conflicting. I know the answer. You're all going to say they're a pest. They're taking over the thing. I get
You're
that.
still taking a life.
Yes, it's still taking a life, and
Yeah.
I can't. It is not a small thing.
Do you eat
I have
meat?
empathy for that.
Yeah.
I do.
Like-
I understand
Do you eat
what
meat?
you're saying.
Sorry?
Yeah.
You eat meat?
Yes, I do. I understand it, but you're not.
just
I'm not the
checking.
one who has to.
I just heard you tell that fucking story about the KFC before we started
Yeah.
recording and suddenly
I'm not the one who
forgot that
has
you
to
weren't
do
a
Did
vegan.
you actually get a piece of that KFC? Or...
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just one? Or...
I think one. Yeah. Oh, less than one actually. Less than one.
the KFC that you waited all day for. and
that
got
one,
cheddar and-
Anyway.
And another thing, the thing that led
And
me,
another thing.
the thing that led me to that Bluey thing, because the reason we watched Bluey that night was because I rocked up at Bunnings with the kids, and
Oh, yeah.
I turned in there, and it doesn't say Bunnings anymore. It's the sign says Hammer Barn.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I had so many thoughts in that
Did you think they
microscopic
changed the
second.
whole
I was
company?
Well, firstly, I'm like, has Bunnings gone under? Or has this one just rebranded to Hammer Barn? How can I take my stuff back that I bought from... I've got heaps of stuff that I still want to take back. Will they honour it?
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking all this shit in a quarter
What
of a
have you
second.
got to take back?
I got a lot of stuff to take back.
Why?
Ryobi.
I got like a I got like a box that is dedicated especially for
Yeah,
stuff
for any
I
of
might
the
want to
stable
return to
mates who
Bunnings.
want to join us, there's a Facebook group, Ryobi Dads with Big Dicks. And so far there's 3 members, and it's me, Scott, and Ben.
The name says it all. We all own Ryobi.
Everyone's got something Ryobi.
Anyway, that was why I got into Bluey. But yeah, apparently it's a Bluey. They have Hammer Barn in Bluey, which is meant to be Bunnings, and then there's a promotion. They rebranded it.
Yeah.
But
Apparently this Saturday there, Capera was packed. I saw a post
that's
on
where
Facebook.
I was. Yeah, Capera.
Yeah, and someone said, if you want to go to Bunnings, they've turned it into Hammer Barn for Bluey.
Yeah.
And there's line up all the way back to Ferny Grove and that to get in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Sunday wasn't as bad.
Why was the lineup there?
the
Were they
kids
doing
wanna
something
see it.
different?
With all the kids.
So there was a kids thing on.
Bluey
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, the staff had like a Bluey thing on and stuff. But anyway, I like Bluey as a show. I was just...
Yeah.
Sure
I'd like
you
someone
do.
to ring in and tell
You
me...
shuttle over
Well,
it on the episode. And it's,
Yeah.
Anyway.
They're not going to ring in when we're not live.
We don't have a phone number, do we?
I don't know what they're ringing in on,
Ring in on email.
unless stablemate Carl rings up again. Or some
I don't know. I
shit.
feel like I've come off as a Bluey hater.
Yeah.
I'm not at all. I
it's
like
good.
it.
Good show.
I've never seen it, but
I'll give
I've
the
heard
show
good
an 8
things.
out of 10.
Yeah.
And I'll give that episode... If the average Bluey episode rating for a Bluey episode is 8, I'll give that one a 7. So it was a good episode. Still fine.
That's a good
It
score.
was not a 9 or a 10.
7
for
out
me.
of 10 is a good score.
I don't know why we're talking about it. If I'm trying not to be negative, Nelly, it's a good episode. I enjoyed it.
You brought it up.
Yeah.
All right.
I remember when you wrote it on the whiteboard. You put us out on a why. Don't say I don't know why we brought it up.
Well, I've got a new segment to bring to you guys.
Okay.
This is the Adventures of Poppy Brown.
Yeah, I saw that written up
part
there.
one.
What the fuck is that?
Now,
The
Poppy
Adventures
Brown,
of Poppy Brown.
was a real person. He's dead now, so he's been dead 11 years. Quick backstory. My father left when I was 2. I think my older sister was 4, and my younger sister was 3. So he never had much to do with us. So Mum, I guess, basically parented us till she got remarried when I was about 14 to Brownie.
Brownie, yep.
Yep. So I think you guys met Brownie.
Poppy Brown, is that
before.
where that could
So
be coming in?
all the grandkids would call him Poppy Brown.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so when I was about 17 or 18, all my mates used to come over to my place because Mum and Brownie would be having a few beers and barbecue all the time. So my mates would all come over, and this is the house where teenagers were allowed to have a few, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, good fun.
good fun. So
Yeah.
Mum's, not. But it was just loose.
Yeah,
you know, so it was
she's
loose.
she hasn't changed too.
No,
I walk in the front door, you're like, oh, Chris, here's a beer.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Good on
So, and everyone felt welcome there. So, anyway, Brownie used to love going to Leslie Dam fishing. And so one time he went out there, and 2 of my mates, Golly and Hobbo, went out fishing with him. I couldn't go because I had to work. So they camped out there, and must have been the Saturday night, I think. And they just hit the piss with the fire going, and having a great night, tunes playing. And what Brownie would do the next morning after a big night, he'd wake up and have a glass of bicarb soda and go and have a spew.
Oh, does that make you
Hangover.
spew?
Makes him spew.
Oh, really?
So he'd feel good, and he'd be, right, let's go, boys, out we go.
Hit
So,
the reset button.
yeah, he was.
Okay.
Literally, yeah. So anyway, they're out there camping. The boat's ready. So Brownie gets up, has his bicarb soda, and he's like, no, I'm good. So
So, as in
Brownie,
he
who was
didn't spew?
he didn't spew. So
yeah.
Brownie's a big lad. And Golly, my mate, who's quite tall, probably your height, and Hobbo is, normal size. So there's 3 of them on this bloody tinny. Anyway, they see the boats out there.
This is your tinny?
The one I've got now.
Yep.
Oh no, I think it was a different boat back then. Anyway, I think they called it Well Fakers. So it was camping, fishing, and sex or something like that. That's what Brandy and Mum named the boat. Anyway, so they see whether, because guys have fish finders and that, there's 4 or 5 other boats, so they head out there and start fishing. Anyway, they're about 10 minutes in, and Golly tells this story hilariously. They're about 10 minutes in, and Brownie says, "All right, boys, bring your lines in. Got to go back. Got to head back into shore." He said, "The bicarbs hit me, but it's the other end." So it's like, I got to shit bad. So they're winding their rods, and the hand lines and what they had there. 4 or 5 other boats around, and he's trying to start the boat. Right? So he's trying to pull start it, and he goes, "Fuck!" He says, "Too late." So he drops his strides and spins around. Golly and Hobbo reckon they dove out of the way.
What, into the water?
No, the boat's rocking. The shit come out and hit Golly on the shoulder. It went past him, and Hobbo yells out, "It shot out like a fucking calf."
Like a calf? Yeah. Oh, that's graphic.
Shot out like a fucking calf. And all the other boats, they just fucked off.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And Brownie didn't give a shit. He's like, "Oh, I don't know tomorrow." He's got his
Is that why
shorts.
they call him Brownie?
But he get his shorts. Golly said he's sitting there just with his, wife beater tank top on and his shorts, and he's washing the shorts in the water. Put them back on. Righto, boys, bait up. We're good.
Barely in there for the...
The original river shitter.
But it hit Golly on the shoulder. It bounced off.
God.
It bounced off. What do you mean it bounced off?
I've never seen a bouncy shit.
Yeah, it would have
What's
marks
the
on him.
consistency of that if it's bouncing off? What's
Anyway,
he been eating?
so that's the Adventures of Poppy Brown Part
Oh,
1.
fantastic.
So
Part 1.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, it's going to be hard to follow Part 1.
Oh, there's some more. Don't worry about that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, Brownie.
Fantastic.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so...
Cool.
Oh, Professor Scoot, you're up.
Okay, Professor Scoot's science...
You need an intro.
What was it? What did I have, Professor
Oh,
Scoot's
no, you used
science?
No, you used to talk like
you used to
you're at
like
university.
Okay, what have I got here I can make an intro with? I've got, this. But your boy... Oh, you haven't got boys, girls. And your boy and girl, and your boy and girl. Have you heard of that? Into ASMR? Have you heard of that?
Yes.
I've heard of it, but no.
It's like... I don't know. It's like these YouTube videos where they just make little sounds like this. And like little, scratch the mic, and I'll do this. And then tick, 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 tick.
That's quite quiet.
Yeah, it's like quiet, just
Yeah.
little sound stimulus stuff. Anyway, that's what my intro is going to be. It's going to be...
Oh, okay. I thought this was the
No.
Professor Scoot bit.
No.
Before you go into that, just on that topic, I was going to mention this in the what have you been up to at the start.
Yeah.
I've got a new guilty little pleasure, and I reckon
Skin orgasm.
I reckon you'll understand this.
Okay.
The algorithm has picked this up, but I am so into landscaping, like mowing videos, like before and after mowing videos, like clear this yard, like the what do you call the time lapse of
There's one guy that does
mow it, whippersnipper, free mow Fridays, that guy.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so into
I
it.
have to get that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'm
yeah.
so into it, and
okay.
it's a similar
Yes.
thing. It's just
You
it
seem really
makes
into
me
it.
feel really good.
Have you
Yeah.
ever,
to a mowing video, like your surgery ones.
Oh yeah, they're really good too.
Yeah, if that guy runs over his own foot, you're in fucking.
Fuck yeah.
Gotta be so Oh, Splash Brother, all right.
Yeah, free mow Friday indeed.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what is it? It's Professor Scoot something. What was it? Professor
No,
Scoot
you
science.
just said I got a Professor Scoot.
I don't know. Just move on.
Okay.
Just get to the point.
Professor Scoot's science time. Will the mic pick that up?
Oh, it has.
Yeah.
In stunning HD.
Stunning HD.
Oh, excellent.
Okay, so
Right,
this
yeah.
episode, sometimes I might go to a Dr. Carl book. Other times I might just pull this out of wherever.
Yep,
Brownies.
scientific hearsay.
Yep. So have you heard of survivor's bias?
Survivor's bias.
It's
I
like
think I have.
okay, so I think it might have been a wartime thing. So the fighter planes would go out to war, and they come back, and they have like they'd be hit by bullets and stuff.
Yep.
So they looked at the planes. They come back with bullets. So they're always getting hit around these parts of the plane. So I don't know where exactly on the plane. Like they drew a map. Okay, here's the hot spots for where planes are getting hit by bullets, and so the engineers and stuff are going, okay, so we'll reinforce those areas, make them like super strong. So if they get hit, they're going to be more likely to survive and that. Yeah. Then some other guy goes, lads, come over here. And he goes,
Is it you?
no, it wasn't me. he's like, lads, give yourselves an uppercut. Because the reason that the planes are coming back with bullets there is because the planes that get hit there can survive and they make it back to base. The ones that die out there and fucking crash in the ocean, they're the ones getting hit in the other areas of the plane.
Gotcha.
So strengthen the other areas of the plane.
Gotcha.
Ah.
Smart.
Yeah, he's a genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Very
it's
clever.
called survivor's bias, and,
Yep.
I think it's applied to other contexts as well. Like
Wow.
you like attribute statistics to things like that. I haven't done my research, so I can't.
That's
give you one
that's
more
unlike
example.
you.
Yeah.
Ben might be able
That's
to
really
Google
unlike you. Get Ben to do
and
some shit
find
googling.
find some other examples of that if I talk slow.
Did you know
Second time you've said that.
the Red Baron, when he got shot down, apparently was by an Australian soldier.
Okay.
Yeah, who was on the ground.
Okay.
And shot up off the ground but they claim. I think the Brits claim it, but they did some research and went, "Oh, it was an Australian soldier that got him." Yeah, there you go. Useless
That was
bit of
very
information for you.
interesting, Scott.
Yeah.
So
Very good.
yeah, we'll find some other
I
examples.
do have some examples here.
Oh yeah, Benji's got some
Okay.
examples.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hit us.
I'm going to hit you with them. No, I don't. That internet site lied to me. I'll come back to it.
That's not proper
That's
Googling.
very funny.
All right, let's move on to the quiz.
Oh,
Everyone's been waiting for the quiz.
What's the topic?
Or- is there a topic? Or is
There is a topic.
Yeah.
And it is, again, because was easy. It was sports.
Okay.
Another sports quiz.
Okay.
Your name's your buzzer.
Scoot.
Ben.
Chris.
Are you going to go Chris or Jigs?
Jigs usually.
Because if you do one or the
I'll go
other,
Jigs.
I'm going to take a point off you.
Okay, I'll go Jigs. But he has to say it. Scoo.
I have been doing that every single time. Look
Yeah.
back through
All
the
right,
footage.
You ready? Everyone's ready?
Now,
Back on the Horse
do
podcast.
we lose a point for getting a wrong
You
answer?
decide.
Okay. Well, you usually
I've
ask.
accepted. He's a fair quiz master.
Not tonight. All right. Let me do this.
I reckon there's going to be a twist to this.
Yeah, he looks a bit.
Yeah, I
Suspicious.
just call bullshit that he's just run with sport again.
No, I have. You ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Back on the Horse podcast quiz. Sports. Let's go. What fuel do sprint cars run on?
Oh, I think I just. Oh, I know some.
Ethanol?
I was gonna
No.
say ethanol. I'm glad I didn't, because I was going to.
You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna know it when you say it. I don't.
I know it now. Aviation fuel.
No,
No.
avgas. No.
I guess, no?
Sprint cars.
It's not.
Don't know, mate.
Nothing to do with nitrous.
Methanol.
Yeah.
Not ethanol. Methanol.
That's the shit. When you're making homebrew, you got to be careful you don't make methanol instead of ethanol, because then
Big
that's you're sterile and you're blind. Yeah.
That's important,
Yeah. Not so much anymore.
All right.
because we're done in that
This
area.
is probably the cheeky one. All right.
We've lived our
I couldn't resist this one, all right? What are the odds of a professional 10-pin bowler getting a perfect game?
Well, how close do we
Lower than they should be.
Well, we figured out non-professionals
I
was
know
one,
this.
Oh, yeah,
I think
okay,
you
so
might have
one
said
in
this to me.
That's a
11,000.
professional, yeah. Okay, cool.
So professional I figured out. So we can put a fucking end to this.
Okay, tell me,
And
yeah.
it's
Oh,
part of
no.
the quiz.
If there's no losing a point, I'll have a crack.
Go.
Jigs, 1 in...
Is it a 1 in or is it a percentage?
Yeah, 1 in.
Okay.
1 in.
What did we say it was for anyone? 1 in
11,000.
1 in 800.
I'm going to say 1 in...
I'll give a point to the closest.
1 in 1,500.
1 in 200.
Your point. 1 in 463.
Okay.
Okay?
Benji.
1 in 463 games.
I would have thought
End
it'd
of
be
story.
Higher. Yeah, I just would have thought it'd be higher.
Ben gets a point. Okay. Which tennis player had the nickname Pistol Pete?
Jigs.
Oh, but Scoot! Scoot! I know
Pete
it!
Sampras.
Yes.
I wasn't concentrating. I knew that one.
Will you listen? What is the name of the fictional sport in the Harry Potter series?
Jigs. Quidditch. And I've never seen a fucking minute of any of those.
Haven't you?
movies.
And you know that?
I walked
Yeah.
out of a Harry Potter.
Hey?
I walked out of a Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's fucking shit.
What was one of the most controversial halftime shows at the Super Bowl?
Jigs.
As Janet Jackson.
That'll do. I'll give you a point for that. And what did we see?
Nip slip.
Oh, yeah. I put here Janet Jackson's tit. Anyway, best known for which sport? Webber was best known for which sport?
Jigs.
F1.
Scoot. 2-1-2. And the overall scores for out of the 7 quizzes is 3-2-2.
Okay.
So Jigs ahead by 1. But at the moment, you're tied in this quiz. 2-2. Ben's on 1. What is the only country to have played in every Soccer World Cup?
Jigs. Is it Brazil?
Oh, he's
Damn
got it.
I was going to say that too.
Well done. Who did Wally Lewis stand up to at halftime?
Jigs.
Mark Geyer.
Yes. What was Muhammad Ali's real name?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, point
Muhammad
off.
Ali?
Point off. New rules.
If it's not Muhammad Ali, I don't know.
Nah, no idea.
Cassius Clay.
Oh,
that?
of course.
What is the national sport of Japan?
Scoot. Badminton.
Jigs. Is it fucking table tennis?
No.
Whale hunting?
That's another thing. Like, I'll bring up.
Oh, very
That's
good.
a point. I'll give you
Yeah,
a
that's a
point.
point. I
give
agree
me a
with that.
point.
I'm happy with
Yeah,
that.
I'm fine with
Can
it.
I just say on the whale hunting?
What was it?
It's sumo wrestling.
Oh, of course.
Does anyone else find it like
It's
that?
unfair on the thin people. Like, it's an unfair advantage to be fat in that sport.
But just with the whale hunting, does anyone else find it like that? The assumption that that's bad and that's evil is like anyone just say that's terrible. Like, yeah, if there's if there's a risk of them going extinct, which I know is the reason,
Yeah.
but people seem to have it in their head: whales getting killed bad.
Does
So
anyone-
once they get the population up, are we just like is that
Are we
not?
fine to kill them then? Yeah.
Yeah, like why are we allowed to kill everything else?
Yeah, does anyone else find whale blubber to be a little bit too chewy?
It's like koala.
A little bit too chlamydia.
Yeah, they need to clean this.
Oh, I heard a funny thing the other day. There was a woman who wanted to name her child Lydia, but then she was like, my name starts with a K and my husband's name starts with a K. So we wanted her to have a name that started with a K as well. And so we've done this name and now we're just disgusted that everyone is making fun of her at school. She's named her Clydia.
Lydia.
And she's angry that she's being bullied.
Lydia
And then
would have
in the
been.
comments was so fucking funny. This guy has said, I think it's disgusting as well. You're well within your right to be upset. I think I would like your daughter and my son to have a play date. His name is John Aria. Very fucking funny.
All right, back to the quiz.
Yep, back to the
3, 2, 3. So Jigs 3, Ben 2, Scoot 3 for those not watching. How many dimples are on the average golf ball?
No idea. Jeez.
How many dimples are on your ass?
84.
84. No.
I'm gonna say
Point to the closest.
130.
No.
350.
336.
Oh.
336. Which rank outsider won the gold medal in speed skating?
Jigs.
Oh, I think just you.
Obviously, Bradbury.
4-3-3. 3 questions left. What is the nickname of the Australian women's netball team?
Jigs. It is the... Fuck, give me a bit of music. It
Where's
is
the
I think I know
the...
it. Okay, give him the timeout because once he's out, I know it. I know it once he's out. I know it once he's out. Come on. Count him down.
Oh, fuck, I don't know. It's like the dime.
That's what it is!
Oh, he's got it. Oh,
Fuck!
by
You should have
that.
counted him out by then.
Yeah,
And he didn't know
I was
it.
very, yeah.
Oh, I said it.
Spell shuttlecock.
Hey, Scott, what's my name?
I don't know.
Oh, do I get it?
I think you got in first.
I said Ted.
I mean, I'm going to spell the words shuttle and cock. I
Do I
assume
get
that's
it?
so. I
Do I get
assume
it
that's
or
not
not?
right.
Yeah, you do. You go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So SHU
Yes.
TTLECOCK.
You got it. Yeah.
Well, that's
I
what I
want you
was
to
going to
think
do. I thought there must be a catch to it.
All right. You can tie this, Jigs, if you get this right.
Mm.
And if not, Scoot, you get it right. Ben could. Yeah. Anyway. My scoring system is fantastic. The Australian Grand Prix is held in which
Jigs.
park? Oh.
Well, I just figured I've got to have a fucking go. Is it Albert Park?
Oh, he's got it.
That's a draw. Is that a
That's
tiebreaker?
a draw.
Or is it just a draw?
Tiebreaker. If you call in and you get it wrong, you lose.
Is it a Who Am I?
No.
Oh.
What game is called the Sport of Kings?
Jigs.
Oh, who's in it? Who's?
You were
Oh,
first.
fuck.
Just to scare you a little bit, I 100% know it.
Do you?
So if you want to pass it over to me and risk me getting it wrong, you're welcome to.
Risk you getting it wrong.
So if you don't want to have a crack and you want me to do it,
The Sport of
and
Kings.
I might get it wrong and you win,
Okay, so but you've told me you know it.
well, I think I know it, but I don't. I'm just offering to you. If you don't know it and you're probably going to get it wrong, you can pass it to me and I'll take that risk for you.
Do you want me to talk you through my thought process? of
Yeah,
this?
yeah. This is
Okay.
high stakes.
So I'm trying to think, is it like literally from the King's days? Is it like croquet or something like that? Is it
Ching's got
chess?
cancer. Just
Is it polo?
is that your answer?
Is Polo your answer?
Is it...
Oh, fuck off. That's his answer.
Fuck, the Sport of Kings. I feel like I should know
No,
this.
you can't ask a question as your answer. That's your answer.
No, that's not my answer.
Oh.
I said
Is it Tiddlywinks?
I think you said I would have to take Polo.
No.
as your answer.
I'll say an answer.
All right.
Sport of Kings is obviously the Sport of Kings has to be
No.
horse riding.
No.
What is it?
Well, he's wrong. Is he?
Yeah,
Has he
yeah.
lost?
But you,
But
It's
if he
horse
loses-
racing, isn't it?
no.
No, horse racing's the Sport of Kings.
So he's wrong
No.
too. Well, that's what I meant. Horse racing.
Well, he's
So-
he's
yeah.
lost, so that's
You
funny.
did
But
say
Was it polo?
close. The one before that you said
Croquet.
chess.
Chess. Fuck.
chess isn't the sport. I thought horse racing.
All right,
is
let's
the
go again.
sport
Let's
of
go again.
Kings.
Oh, another one.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we're not going again.
Well,
He
it's a
lost.
draw still.
No,
No, you
buzzed in first,
Yes.
and you
Oh,
got it
that's the
wrong,
rule.
so you lost.
No.
What game is called the Sport of
No,
Kings?
it's right.
Chess.
I lost.
They had chess, go, bridge, and tennis. But yeah, it's chess.
Yeah, Scoot lost.
I lost.
Yeah.
All right, stablemate questions.
Stablemates, let's get into it. Thanks, everyone. Got any? Send them in.
I got new ones.
Heaps. All right, let's go.
All right. Quick one. Do you believe in ghosts? This is from stablemate Nick.
I'd like to see one first and then say yes.
That seems like an obvious answer. Do you think that they can actually exist?
No, like why? Like
There's not enough
just
evidence,
human
is there?
ghosts? Does just humans get ghosts?
Well, I guess animals
What
too.
what
Yeah.
would define ghosts?
Casper.
Like
I don't
something
know,
you could
something
see.
that looks
So you
kinda
could
cool.
see a previous person, like
Yeah,
a semi-transparent version of someone who died.
Yeah.
Obviously not.
Brilliant. Trent.
Oh, that's very good.
Semi-trans.
Just part
just walked through
80%
them.
smoke.
All right. Oh.
No, Leggy?
I'm probably a no, yeah. I got to see him.
Benji?
I've had a ghostly experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I don't know what it was, but
Yep.
when I was a young kid, we were all, I think we were watching TV on the lounge with the family, me and my two sisters and my parents. And then I saw this, like, semi-transparent person just come in through the front door, so the sliding door, and walk up the hall. And I just watched it and turned. And then I turned back around, and the entire family was watching it.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, it was super weird.
How old were you?
13, something like
So how else did how did everyone else describe it? Like, did they see?
Yeah.
Did they describe it the same?
Yeah, just this white,
Wow.
weird cloud thing that walked up the hall.
Wow.
Floated up the hall.
And
So was it like smoke? Like, could you explain it by like it was a puff of smoke?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, probably.
Maybe marijuana smoke.
Yeah, yeah.
I was
We
gonna-
were high as shit.
I was going to say, and since then, what has your relationship with intravenous drugs been like?
Yeah, no, it was super weird. Yeah,
That's
mate.
crazy, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super weird.
Okay.
What about you?
Nah, fuck no. I'm weirdly on the same page as Scoot with this shit. Just need science
Like,
to be
I
involved.
think something like that is just so obviously concocted by human brains. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not ruling out stuff. Like,
I think
stuff
the
is
same.
possible, but you can just pick it. Stuff that has been manufactured by a human brain, like a ghost, like as if humans have ghosts. That, like,
Yeah.
why doesn't fucking ant get a ghost? Why doesn't cane toe get a ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same with like a lot of religions, in my opinion. Like I believe there's something happening that we don't get, but you can. For me, when I look at the religions, they just feel so man-made
Yeah.
that you can see that's how that thing has
Yeah.
come to be.
There's like 3,000 man gods.
Yeah.
Only man can make that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar to like alien sightings. I think we
Yeah,
talked about
I
this.
was
I'm
thinking
not going to
that.
repeat content, but but like, oh, didn't the alien sightings dry up once mobile phones came around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need evidence. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Okay.
I really like
What was that
this
from?
one.
Sorry?
That was from. Oh, I've deleted it now.
Oh, sorry.
Undo.
Stay, mate, Nick.
Stable on it, Nick. Thank you. I delete them because I always forget
Oh,
which
what
ones
did
I've done
yeah.
before. This is a good one. I really like this one from Stablemate Dan. What landmark would you most like to see, and what landmark do you think is the most overrated?
I've done Eiffel Tower. Is that man-made or?
Whatever you like.
You have to have seen
Okay.
it to say it's overrated. Like, could I say Eiffel Tower even though I haven't actually seen it? But
Yeah,
like,
no,
I've
you
seen
can
pictures
say
of
whatever
it.
you like, mate. It's your podcast.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. Then.
I'll start things off by saying the most overrated that I have seen
Yeah.
is the Statue of Liberty.
Is it
Oh,
smaller
really?
than you think? I've
It is
seen it.
fucking.
Actually, maybe I have seen it.
So you go down. The way it works, you go down to Battery Park, which is at the very south end of New York City, so
Yeah.
the island
Yep.
itself. And then you wait in line for fucking ages to get on a ferry that takes you over to the island that Statue of Liberty is on. And then the thing is, I reckon it was a quarter of the size of what I expected. And you can't do anything there. Like, you just walk around the base of this thing, look up at this thing.
I thought you could climb up there and go and.
Oh, you can
You know,
do tours of it
Oh,
and
right.
shit like that. But
Yeah.
it's just, it was nothing. And
Yeah,
even
okay.
even going up the top of it, it's not that high. And there's not that much to see. It was
Yeah.
just a bit of a disappointment to us.
I guess you see it in person, though. You can say you've seen it, but
But
that's why
even
it's-
then, I
yeah.
think I got enough from just standing on the shore and looking over at it and seeing it in person. But it
Yeah.
was underwhelming. I would call it extremely underwhelming.
Yeah.
So
That's a good question. Big Ben was another one I guess I've seen, but I
Yeah.
think the Grand Canyon. It's
Grand
not
Canyon
man-made.
was Grand Canyon
it's
was
awesome.
my favourite thing. that
Niagara
I've seen.
Falls are great too.
I would love to see Niagara Falls. I reckon
Yeah.
that'd be up the top of my list.
One of the ones I often think of is overrated. Sydney Harbour Bridge, but then Now I'm thinking about it. No, it's pretty awesome. But like the bridge itself, I love everything around the bridge, the story and everything. Like the Circular Quay, the Sydney Harbour, is amazing. The bridge itself, like it's not a particularly attractive bridge. Is it?
No.
Tash and I went to the movies
like
the other day on the weekend, and we watched a movie. It was an American movie. It was some rom-com, and it was quite funny.
Yeah.
And but the movie was made more enjoyable because the whole movie was these American people came to Australia, and the whole thing was set in Sydney. So bits of the movie were like it was shot at the Opera House and on the bridge and on the harbour and all that kind of stuff, and it just made it better. But just looking at the Opera House in the background and the bridge in the background and stuff, I'm like, yeah, Sydney's it's pretty incredible. Like it looks pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Niagara Falls would be up there for me of what I would like to see.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I definitely think Grand Canyon's the most spectacular thing I've seen.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I also like some of the other canyons though, like there's Bryce Canyon.
Oh, yeah.
Which I reckon that was, like that's out past Utah or something, but the rock formations and stuff are so intricate, whereas the Grand Canyon's just vast.
I haven't seen Uluru. I reckon that'd be
I've
pretty
never
cool.
been to Uluru too, and I'd love to
that'd be
do
awesome
that.
to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think underwhelming. We went to it's called the Old Faithful in America. Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
yeah, that's the
right.
geyser.
The guys like just wait,
Yeah.
and we just waited there for ages. And it went up, and it was like I don't know, maybe 10 meters in the air, and then we realized we got scammed. It was like a fake Old Faithful.
Oh, really?
Just in some dude's backyard.
Oh,
It was just like turn the tap on every 5 minutes.
oh, really?
He had a ball pump.
Did you ever get to see the real thing?
Nah.
Oh, no.
So we saw the off-brand one. It was pretty good.
Fuck.
We should have known it was fake when they had all plastic chairs sitting around it.
Cool. That was a good one. Go one more. Yeah. How are we going for time, Benji?
Yeah, we're good.
If you, stablemate Aaron, if you could commit one crime without being caught, what would you do?
Ride my bike without a helmet.
Jaywalk.
I reckon you could probably do that now.
Um,
or would you
crime without
choose
being
not
caught.
to commit a crime?
One crime. I mean, stealing all the money at the bank or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, if you're not. Yeah.
So wait.
If
So
you're not
what's the
gonna
question?
get
Without being actually not like, does this give you the does this give you the power to not get caught doing it, or does it give you the power to not go to jail if you?
Her exact words were, if you could commit one crime without being caught. So I guess you
steal all the money. I have all the money.
Yeah, rob a bank.
Yeah, that's going to be up there.
Yeah.
It reminds me, Scoot, of the conversation we used to have, which was that Scoot and I had this thing.
Oh.
We believe that we would be really good criminals.
Yeah.
Like, we used to work in this office where we were looking at this house over the road, and we were just like, honestly, if you were going to rob houses for a living, you could just be so smart about it. You'd wear like tradies outfits where if someone came along, you could quickly explain.
Basically, just have a really good fallback story.
Yeah, just do proper surveillance and take low risk. Make sure that the risks you were taking, and we properly planned this shit out. Work didn't get done that day.
Like just get a tow truck.
Yeah,
and then just start towing cars from driveways, and just if anyone asks you, just go, oh, isn't this 8427 QB? Oh, QC. Sorry, mate, got the wrong one. Happens.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, but it happens to everyone, doesn't it? And then just jog on, and then
I'd seen one guys doing video of if you're wearing a high vis shirt and carrying a ladder.
Oh, you get through anyway.
You get in anyway. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
So me and Fubba got into Livid, and we snuck into the Livid Music Festival in I don't know how old we were, like.
03?
17, 16, I don't know, something. But we went there, we didn't have a ticket, and we just thought, we're just going to make it our business to get into this music festival. So we walked around to the loading dock and just kind of sniffing around there, seeing what's going on. Because there was an open gate, but there was security there and everything.
Yeah.
And then we saw this truck coming to load stuff in, and it started reversing into the loading dock. And the security guard was on one, we went on the other side of the truck. We basically walked with the truck on the side that the security guard was not on. So he couldn't see us walking behind the truck. Yeah. And we just got in. It was fantastic.
Straight in.
Yeah. Excellent. And then we just, they did see us at one point. We're like going, because we weren't 18 and they spotted us in this section. And then we just had to bolt and just go through the crowd. And then, we were in.
Done.
And then at that same festival, not sure if this is repeated content or not, so forgive me if it is. We somehow got alcohol, like from the beer place.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if we got someone to buy it or we somehow got a wristband or something. And this undercover cop came up and said, "Boys, I'm an undercover cop. I know you're not 18. You need to give those up." And we're like, "Okay." And gave him the beers. And then, and it didn't occur to me until years later, he wasn't an undercover cop.
That's the oldest trick in the book.
He's got 2 free beers.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'm doing that.
It's like in The Simpsons when those nerds get out of college for the first time in the real world.
Inspector.
Snake comes up and goes, "Wallet inspector."
I believe that's all in order.
I believe it's all in order. And then Homer's like, "Wait a minute, that's not the wallet inspector."
Oh, very
undercover cop. All right, that's it. We'll close it down here for episode 22. Thanks again, guys. Great stuff. Thanks to all the stable mates out there. Thanks to all the Mozzies.
I just killed a Mozzie, but that's a life.
But you
just took a life.
Yeah. You obviously value that lower than a toad.
Yeah, and where's the ghost of that Mozzie flying up now?
All right, we'll be back. We'll see you again very soon for episode 23.
Fucking horse.